crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Now, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard
So
line.
in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Tempo. Check. Crunch.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On second down, Connor looking for space. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Here's Foles. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Jones on the return. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd and very short, Watson over the middle. That's caught by QT. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Brings us 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
It's going to be a long day.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Foles into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Go!
2nd and 5 now. Foles. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Miles Jack with a sack.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tashawn Gibson, give him the sack on the safety blitz.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down now, it's Connor, and he'll be taken down at the 18. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now Foles. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 24. Alert 3.
Watson with a give to Miller. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check tight.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Watson to throw on 3rd down. Throw left side, complete to QT. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And this one is right down the middle. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but now it'll be third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Foles. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. And you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number one. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. On the return is Jones. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
Run. 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. It's our time.
Here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Go. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Pick.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down, it's Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 59 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
The 26-yard line.
Hey, Keaton.
2nd and 9 now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
44's the mic. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Alert. 25, check 25. Check 24. 49, check 49.
On 1st down, it's Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You ain't going nowhere. Hands up.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And a big loss loss here as he's taken down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Third and long. It's Watson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans add on. Deshaun Watson, he's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but when he's forced out of the pocket like that, he can make those big plays downfield.
Almost a bad thing when you're pass rushing and you force a Deshaun Watson out of the pocket. He creates extra time. He has the poise to keep his eyes downfield and locate receivers, and it turns into a little bit of a scramble drill for the defensive backs. Where is everyone? And Deshaun Watson finds his target for a big, big play.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Fournette, a 1st down carry. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
55. All right, T, let's all right, T. What we got? What we got? 50. Go.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Foles. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, Jaguars.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Girl.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Foles. And he whips that one incomplete there. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Jones on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They begin with a run by Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Miller. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on 1st down. Miller. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it again with Miller. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This one from 48 yards away. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Tonight, 180. Under. You brought your left because I'm about to take you to school.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st down, Jacksonville.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Houston, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood?